Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video I wanted to show you some of my garden roses that are blooming. We've had some really crazy heat wave in the last few days, and we've had rain, so there's a lot of roses that are not looking like they typically do in their first flush, but they are regardless looking gorgeous. And I wanted to start today by showing you some of the roses that I want to highlight in this video, what I love about them, and they are just gorgeous. And I hope for me at least, it's nice to see roses in bloom before I go out and purchase them and add them to my garden. And it's always helpful to see the roses in their glory, how they are growing in the garden and their growth habit and all such things. So I thought this video would be helpful for anyone who loves roses just as much as I do, and helps you decide on what it is that you're looking for with roses. So the first rose I want to show you is this beautiful Kordes rose called Florentina. This is I planted it the year before last, so this is the third year in my garden. It's really a beautiful red cupped rose. It's got these beautiful clusters of blooms and it's really gorgeous. I mean, it's took its time to open its buds, and it's actually standing up really well to all the heat. And if you can see, it is at least 8 feet across. It's kind of got these beautiful long canes, and I have it mingled with another rose there which is called Kiss Me Kate. That is also a Kordes rose, but that one is not nearly as prolific as this beauty here. I mean, this rose is just absolutely stunning. It's got a very rich red color. I mean, I enjoy a bright red colored rose, and it's got a bluish yellow, and it's not an orangey yellow, so it's like a beautiful shade of red. The foliage is super healthy. It's an extremely healthy rose so far from what I'm seeing in my garden. And we've gone through a lot of rain, we've gone through a lot of all kinds of weather, and it's really like climbing, and I've tied it to this this fence and this arbor here, this trellis here, and it's still looking good, and it's looking great in the garden. So this is Florentina by Kordes. I would highly recommend this rose. It is one of my top favorite roses in my garden right now. So the other rose I wanted to show you is this rose called Graham Thomas. This is a David Austin rose. A lot of the blooms have gone over, but it's still looking really pretty. It's got a beautiful buttery yellow color, and it's got a nice cupped shape, but it does have open centers, and the pollinators love it. And I really love it with this beautiful David Austin rose called Heritage. I think they look really pretty together. They have a very similar bloom type, and they look really nice together in this garden. Love this rose. Another beautiful rose that is blooming in my garden today. Let's see now what else I want to show you. This here are blooms of Climbing Rose America. I love the color of this rose. It has a really nice fragrance too, but it is not the healthiest rose in my garden. I have a no spray garden, and this rose already has a ton of black spot on it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do in terms of either keeping it or getting rid of it. This is just the second season, actually third season in my garden. I planted it the same time as Florentina. Florentina has done exceptionally well. This one, not so much. It hasn't really put on a lot of growth. It could be because it doesn't get a lot more sun, but I think it's just in general, I would say the health of this rose isn't the best, but I do love the blooms. I do love how they look, and I'm gonna give it more of a chance and see how it does over time. So that is Climbing Rose America. Shropshire Lad is almost done blooming, but this rose was glorious this year. I mean, it had the most beautiful blooms, and it's just finished its first flush, and it's kind of mostly just needs to be cleaned up. I have to come in and deadhead this rose, but this rose is absolutely gorgeous. It's very pretty, the color is awesome, and I absolutely love, love, love this rose. So this is another David Austin rose. This is called Shropshire Lad, and it is a short climber, and it's beautiful, and it's really, really grown quite a bit. This is again its third season, and it's really climbed up the arbor. Another beautiful rose I want to show you is Moody Blue. Moody Blue is a hybrid tea rose, and it is a rose that really surprised me with its glorious blooms. I absolutely love this flower, and it's very, very prolific as well. It blooms throughout the season for me, and it does really well in my garden. It's got a really nice pale mauve color, which is really pretty as well, and I love it. Just here I have Grace. This is another David Austin rose called Grace. It's got a very interesting petal shape, and it's more like this flat kind of shape, and it is absolutely beautiful as well. And it's a beautiful, beautiful David Austin rose as well. This one is called Grace. It's very graceful. It's really standing up in this heat. We've had some really intense heat wave and terrible weather and rain and all of that. And this here is the beautiful Munstead wood. Beautiful rose. It's doing really well in my garden. Absolutely love, love, love this David Austin rose as well. It's gorgeous, and it's got a very beautiful old rose fragrance. It's amazing. So out here is a beautiful, beautiful shrub of Bosco Bell. Bosco Bell is a very beautiful David Austin rose as well. As you can see, there are many stages of blooms here. Some of them have gone over, which need to be deadheaded, but it is covered in blooms. It's quite prolific, has a lot of blooms, and it's absolutely stunning. Love this rose, and it is superb David Austin rose. The one behind it is also has been slow to establish in my garden, but it is the second season. It's an absolute stunner, this rose. This is called Dark Desire. I think it may also be called Royal Parfuma, I'm not sure, but I think it's called Dark Desire. And it is another Kordes rose, and it's beautiful. I love how purple the petals are, and then towards the middle it's got this fuchsia color. It is stunning, and this one changes as it ages. Like even when it was in a bud state, it was very different, and very intriguing rose, very beautiful. It's just a stunner. Love this one, and I can't wait for this shrub to get mature. And I love the contrast of Bosco Bell with those colors there. They just really, really pull you in, and I think it accentuates Bosco Bell really, really nicely. Love that one as well. Let me show you one rose here which I am loving right now. This is Take It Easy Rose, and it is a beautiful rose as well. Tons and tons of bloom. It's got this really light white to light pink marbling in the middle. It is a stunning, stunning rose. I absolutely adore it. It's gorgeous. And I'm so glad I planted it because it's a standout rose in the garden, and it's supposed to bloom all season. We'll see. This is again, I think it's its third year. A lot of these roses are coming into third year in my garden, so we'll see how they do this year with all the heat and humidity. So this here I think is State of Grace. Yes, this one is called State of Grace, and it's got this beautiful apricot orangey colored rose, and it's actually a very beautiful, actually it's not State of Grace, this one, or it could be Tournament of Roses or Tournament Rose. Yes, that's this one. State of Grace is this one here. It's a little bit more orange than compared to the other one, and it's a beautiful, beautiful rose as well. You can see the buds are gorgeous too. It's another hybrid tea rose. It's a beautiful, beautiful rose. And the one beside it is Rainbow Niagara, which is also a stunning rose. It's got a beautiful color, and I love that one as well. And these two roses, this is kind of my apricot pink section. I absolutely love these roses. This is another Kordes rose. It was full of these beautiful blooms. This is Rosanna, but it has just gone over. But it has beautiful coral pink roses, which are to die for. They are gorgeous. So I have to come in here and trim up and deadhead this rose, but it is a beast. It's become really big in my garden, and it's, as you can see, it's flopping all over. So I need to work on supporting it. But this rose here is called Wild Blue Yonder, and it is a beautiful plum pink rose, which is also really beautiful. Here is South Africa rose, another beautiful rose. I just added this last year in my garden, and it's already looking like it's been here for a really long time. It's established itself really quickly. Beautiful color and beautiful blooms. And right beside it is Hot Cocoa Rose. This one is a stunner as well. It's got a really interesting color, very dusky, orangey pink. I can't even explain this color. It's so smoky and it's so beautiful. Gorgeous rose. Beautiful. So here are some blooms from Quicksilver. This was planted last year. This is another Kordes climbing rose. It's called Quicksilver. Beautiful blooms. It's got like these storybook cupped blooms that really look good, and they age really well too. Like, I love how they look in their dried form as well. Beautiful rose. And here is another look at Hot Cocoa. It is absolutely stunning. I love this rose, and I love the South Africa along with it. It's gorgeous, beautiful rose. So here are first few blooms on my Fiji Alanza rose. Isn't that beautiful? I love the bright pink color. There are other roses in this bed that I planted as well, but they were struggling a little bit because they were moved from other parts of my garden. I am waiting for this area to fill in with nice roses. It's taking a bit of time to establish, with the rabbits munching on them and just all kinds of things happening. I used to have a Rosa rugosa here, which I moved and planted some other roses here because it was really suckering badly and I needed to control that a bit. So I moved it to a place where it can sucker and grow as much as it wants. So this is a beautiful new rose. I can't wait for it to mature. It's a beautiful pink color. So I'm gonna end this video by showing you these beautiful blooms of Sally Holmes rose. This rose is absolutely stunning. As you can see, it blooms in these beautiful clusters. It's got this really beautiful peach colored buds that open into these really big dogwood like blooms. It's a stunning rose. It's supposed to be a climber, but you can keep it trimmed as a shrub, which I will do in this spot. I will probably just keep it trimmed so that it's shorter because it's growing along this fence line, and I absolutely love it. It's a very beautiful rose. It's got a nice presence, and when it's done blooming, I'm going to give it a trim and see if it reblooms for me. It should put out more blooms once it's cut back. We'll see. First year in my garden. I planted it last year, so it's grown really well. It's looking healthy and it's looking beautiful. So I love this rose called Sally Holmes. So there's one more rose I want to show you, and then we'll end the video. This here was supposed to be pretty in pink Eden rose. I don't think it is that. Looks like the regular Eden rose. I'm not really sure, but it's pretty regardless. And this is another case where the rose was mislabeled. I really don't know what this rose is. Hoping it is some sort of an Eden rose. It looks like the regular Eden rose, but it's too young for me to tell. So I'll have to give it a chance and see what it does. So on that note, I will end this video. Just wanted to walk around and show you some of the roses that were blooming in my garden. And yeah, so I hope everyone is having a great day. A lot of the roses are done with their first flush. They got demolished by the rain, but I've been enjoying them. And here's a look at Teasing, Georgia, which is looking great. It's got really nice blooms. It's still very young in my garden. This is, I think it's second season. I planted it last year, so it has some growing up to do, but it's a very beautiful rose as well. It's another David Austin rose. The blooms themselves are not very big, but it is prolific. It's got lots and lots of buds and lots of flowers. But in the sun, it's supposed to be this yellow color, but it kind of fades into this peachy color, which is also really pretty. And the buds have a little peach pink in it. So this is Teasing, Georgia. So with that, I wanted to thank you all for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. You know, here are some roses that are still looking good in my garden, even though the weather has been harsh, and they are pretty much done with their first flush. It's time to come out and clean up, and I just wanted to catch their beauty before I do that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone is having a fabulous day wherever you're joining me from. And that one there is Aurora Borealis. It's also looking really pretty. So that's it from me. Do give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and I will catch you very soon in another video. And for people who are joining me for the first time, I'm Preeti. I garden in Toronto in Zone 6, and I love to share my garden with you. Thank you so much. Catch you in another video very soon.